They said it was natural, a quiet death, nothing unusual, no reason to investigate. But something inside Angela Reed told her it wasn't just her mother's time. It was too sudden, too silent, and when she got to the hospital, it was already over. The room smelled like antiseptic and shadows. Margaret Reed, her mother, lay still, pale, with a tube in her nose and machines unplugged. 20 minutes, they told her. Just missed her. Angela held her mother's hand, and the guilt hit like a wave. She hadn't visited in days, and now it was too late. She stepped into the hallway to catch her breath. That's when he appeared, a man in a perfectly tailored gray suit. No name badge, no warmth, just a clipboard. He spoke with precision, not compassion. Your mother was enrolled in a donor initiative, he said. Heart and liver, non-invasive, standard procedure. Angela barely remembered signing anything. She nodded, signed the form he handed her, and he disappeared down the hall like smoke. She didn't know it then, but she had just signed her own fate. The house was full of hushed voices and slow-moving people. Framed photos of Margaret lined the table, next to candles and a fading sympathy card. Angela stood still in the center of it all, but she felt more alone than ever. Her daughter, Lena, sat quietly sketching in a notebook. Her son, Ty, played on the floor with a toy ambulance. Too young to understand what was happening, too young to feel the eyes watching them from the edges of the room. The mourners whispered about how peaceful Margaret looked, how fast it all had happened, how lucky she was to donate, to leave something behind. Angela tried to smile, but something in her chest felt wrong. That night, the house was still. Angela sat at the kitchen table, the last of the funeral flowers wilting in the corner. Her laptop screen glowed with a search for the donor group. No results, no company website, no social media, just a name, Bionix Harvest Group, and silence. Then the phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. A polite voice greeted her. Too polite. They were calling about an error in the recovery process, the voice said. There had been a mistake. Not all of the organs had been collected. Angela blinked. She's been cremated, she whispered. There's nothing left. The voice paused. That's unfortunate, it said. But the contract your mother signed wasn't just about her. It covers her bloodline. You, your children, everyone connected by DNA. Angela froze. We'll be in touch, the voice said. Then silence. Angela didn't sleep that night. She sat in the hallway outside her children's room, watching the shadows shift under the door. The furnace kicked on. Something creaked in the attic. Morning came, and with it, another kind of fear. Ty stood in the doorway with a piece of paper. He smiled, proud. I drew what I saw in the yard last night, he said. Angela took the picture, a stick figure family, Mommy, Lena, Ty, and something else, tall, dark, standing outside the window. Its eyes were red. Angela brushed it off at first. Kids had nightmares. It was nothing. But then Lena came home from school. Quiet. She said a woman asked her if she'd ever been in the hospital, if she'd ever donated blood. She said it was for a study, Lena said. Angela's stomach dropped. That night she saw a white SUV idling across the street. The engine was off. The windows were tinted. It was gone by morning. Angela drove back to the hospital. She asked to see her mother's donor file. They wouldn't release it. She asked for the name of the rep who'd spoken to her. They had no record. Downstairs in the parking lot, She saw someone she recognized, a hospice nurse from the night her mother died. He remembered Margaret. He remembered the clipboard man. When Angela asked about the donor form, he looked around nervously. "Sometimes they come with papers already signed," he whispered. "Sometimes they don't leave through the front." And then he walked away. Fast. That night, Angela tore through her mother's things, sifting through old documents, photo albums, and letters. As she processed the implications of the words, uncertainty and curiosity mingled within her, urging her to uncover the truth. The weight of the discovery pressed heavily on her, as if unseen eyes were upon her, challenging her to dig deeper into her mother's secret past. Determined to unveil the mystery, Angela meticulously documented her findings, aware that each clue might lead to answers she never anticipated. Far from the house, far from the hospital, in a cold building that didn't exist on any map, a robotic arm pulled a folder from a conveyor belt. It was labeled Margaret Reed. Next to it, Angela Reed. Below that, Lena Reed. Still unopened. Still waiting. The files slid into place. A mechanical lock clicked shut. A light turned green. And somewhere deep inside that building, another printer hummed to life. Another name. Another generation.